I'm Miss Miller. This is a 4th grade classroom. We're doing science today, and this is lesson 1 of 15. Okay, welcome back, you guys. How was recess?
Great.
Great. Thank you for sitting calmly in your seats and quietly. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to be starting a new unit for science. It's going to be on the scientific method. Do any of you have, what ideas do you think of when I say the words the scientific method? What do you think of? What first comes to mind? Yeah, McKenna?
A procedure.
A procedure? Sure. What else? Yeah?
A hypothesis.
A hypothesis. Those are both parts that are included in the scientific method. Yeah. Any other ideas? Yeah?
A scientist wearing a white lab coat.
Yeah. Scientists use the scientific method. Yeah?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yes, he uses the scientific method too. What are some predictions you guys could make about what people use the scientific method for? Why do we use it? What was it used for? Yeah?
To create hypothesis?
Sure. Yeah, to make predictions, to think about what could happen for something. Yeah?
For experiments.
For experiments, that's great. That's a great answer. Anybody else? That's fine. So today, you'll notice that you have a piece of paper in front of you. It's blank. We're going to be making scientific name tags for this unit. So what you're going to do first, if you could all take your paper and hold it just vertically, and then you're going to fold it into thirds. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Good job. Okay. And once you guys have that done, the middle portion is going to be where you put your name tag. So on your name tag, you're going to include your name, obviously. And then I'd like you to draw a doodle of something that you already know about the scientific method. I want you to draw a doodle that represents one fact that you know. And then under the doodle and under your name, can you please write the fact that you know? And if you're not sure about what to write, you could write about something that someone already shared today. Or if you do have something that you haven't shared yet, I'd love to see what you have to share with us. So go ahead and start. I'm going to give you guys about a minute, maybe 2. Take your time. Your doodles don't have to be perfect. I just drew a stick figure. If you guys want an example for mine, I wrote Mrs. Miller, and then I put a drawing of me with a question mark above my head, and I said my fact was, I know that scientists use the scientific method to experiment and find answers to questions. So maybe don't use my fact, but just draw something and write a fact that relates to it. Looking good.
I have a question. You said a fact?
Yeah, a fact that you want your doodle to represent.
Okay.
And it can be anything about the scientific method. How's it going over here? What do you know about science? You can just draw anything.
That looks like science.
Sure. Maybe, could you draw a doodle though? Thank you. I'm going to give you guys about 30 more seconds. It's looking great. There's no pressure. You guys don't have to be artists about this. I certainly wasn't. And once you guys finish up, if you could turn and share with your table partner and show them your doodle and explain what it's representing about what you may already know.
So here's me.
Yeah.
And I'm playing with science.
I wrote a hypothesis
Because I'm testing.
How does it go?
Then
What are you doing? That's awesome. You know so much already.
And I really like biology.
A little beaker
So I
with
drew
the
a
flame
little plant with
That's
I
awesome.
was
But I know that
going in
scientists
CO2
experiment with
going
chemicals
out
that
over
are
here.
using the
She just
science.
put me to shame.
That's
I'm
what
like,
water
apart
is like.
beyond.
pouring
Water's made up
random
of two
liquid into
hydrogen
something.
atoms.
What are you doing in it? What is it representing?
So it's
Really advanced.
representing me testing a hypothesis.
You're
Never
doing
really
an
will.
experience.
Yeah, so it's
Counts.
like
I love that.
I'm in the then because then.
Perfect.
10th year in the 4th grade.
Okay, So now we're gonna share out our doodles and our explanations, and I'm gonna record what you guys already knew so we can see all of your prior knowledge about the scientific method already. So let's start here. Let's start with Lindsay and we'll just go around.
Okay, so some words that came to mind when I thought about the scientific method were an investigative question, hypothesis, predictions, procedure, materials, data table, graph, and a conclusion.
That's a lot of information. Wow, good job. You really overachieved. So we could write for prior knowledge, maybe you already know the process.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I know the process. Would you like to go next?
Sure. So my drawing was me of myself pouring liquid into a jar to see what would happen. So a hypothesis and testing it out.
You know that it involves testing a hypothesis.
Yes.
Great. McKenna?
I wrote conclusion, hypothesis, and then I drew a science experiment because I said scientists use the scientific method for experiments.
That's awesome. Hold on one second. Hypothesis. And for yours, I'm just gonna say I know that it involves experimenting.
Summarization.
Next up.
I wrote that it has certain steps that scientists follow.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I also said that I know the scientific method is used for experiments.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I said the same thing, but with chemicals. So
Oh,
it's
that's
used with
awesome.
chemicals.
I didn't understand the assignment, mine has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk after
We'll
class.
figure that
Yeah.
later out later.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Now we're going to transition into a window notes activity. I know you guys already have some prior knowledge about that, and it's going to be all about the scientific method. All right. Thank you guys so much.